slip pass, it's a reverse ball into Isak. The touch away from Van Dijk. And then the power that Isak manages to put behind this just catches Kelleher out completely. It almost breaks the back of the net. And David, you mentioned his stats before as to why this player is so influential for Newcastle United and why Eddie Howe was delighted that he was fit. It's for moments of brilliance like that. And you can see what it means to the Newcastle fans.
In his last 31 Premier League appearances at St James's Park, that is now 22 goals for Alexander Isak. Robertson through for Jones. He was winding up to shoot, but Bruno Guimaraes had other ideas. Oh, Gordon stealing in behind Gomez, and Kelleher stood up to him. Liverpool were wobbling at the back there. Anthony Gordon looks in some distress.
I'm not sure what happened, but it was from one end of the field to the other that Newcastle went once again. Isak, he knows exactly where Anthony Gordon is, and he puts pressure on Gomez, but Kelleher, absolutely brilliant goalkeeper once again. He stands his ground so well. And then that's the moment where, see there, Van Dijk's shoulder coming into contact with Anthony Gordon.
We have been singing Joe Gomez's praises a little earlier, but the ball and the pressure from Gordon proved too much. Murphy hits it! And Newcastle are coming on strongly at Liverpool now.
Again, it's that press from Newcastle United. When the pass goes centrally into here with midfield here from Gomez, it bypasses everybody. You see, Murphy's already had one shot, hit the post. He dragged this one wide. So if anything, Liverpool have got to learn that the Newcastle press is working so well.
Time for one more push forward from either side in this half. Anthony Gordon. Out of Quansah. There won't be too much more time.
Well, I know what Dan Burn and Cher would have been saying to Tonali. If we're running all the way up this part of the field, you better beat that first man with your cross, because they give him daggers for his first delivery.
In from Tonali, out by Gomez, and that is half-time. A first half that's had a little bit of everything, as you'd expect from this fixture. Both sides have impressed, both sides have pressed furiously, and both sides have hit the woodwork. But Newcastle have the lead thanks to a wonderful strike from Alexander Isak. And for now, the locals are delighted with what their side has produced. The Premier League will take note of this scoreline at the break. It's Newcastle 1, Liverpool 0. Newcastle ahead as we restart then, but Liverpool have been here before and emerged unscathed. The Reds have won 11 Premier League games in which they've trailed against Newcastle. That's the most comeback wins one side has recorded against another in Premier League history.
And I'm sure that would have been something Eddie Howe said at half-time. We don't want to emulate what happened last season when we had this advantage in this lead. We've got to keep our discipline, organisation and concentration, because first off, they asked all the questions of Liverpool. And it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to keep an eye on the tactics of Liverpool to see if Robertson, Quansah keep making that move centrally, or whether we see a change. And will it be Gakpo and Salah coming more centrally to allow the overlap from the fullbacks of Liverpool, because it didn't work in the first half.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the people in the shirts remain the same, but the question is, what will the ideas, the formations, the set plays, the tactics really do in this second half to either change things or keep things as they are? Could well be a cat and mouse next 45 minutes. Gomez saw the run of Salah, and Quansah has gone on ahead of him, and Nunez was there. Burn with a swipe at it.
Dan Burn just needed to get something on that, because it was a lovely through ball from Salah. So Darwin Núñez down the centre will just split the defenders.
No suggestion from anyone on the field, by the way, that that was a back pass. Would have been an optimistic shout. Salah up against Hall. Oh, he's pulled it back for Jones! Brilliant finish. Improvisation from Curtis Jones. Inspiration for Liverpool.
Yes, a massive moment in the first 5 minutes of this second half. Curtis Jones back in the team and back with a bang and a goal. You just see here, Hall gets caught out. The ball goes into Mo Salah. He gets himself in a one-on-one position. And what a love. He's heads up. Look at that pass there, the outside of the foot into the path.
The heavens have opened on Tyneside.
Well, thankfully we're at the back of the gantry for once and not down the front.
Mother Nature just picking up the pace of the game, perhaps providing a slick surface for these two for the second half.
Well, I used to love these conditions as a striker, because defenders and goalkeepers make mistakes on surfaces like this.
Gakpo floating it in neatly. Might get on the end of it here. And they were throwing themselves in the way to stop him from grabbing the lead for Liverpool.
Well, whatever Slot said at half-time to his Liverpool players has paid dividends, because once again the massive threat on the Newcastle goal. You can just see the deflection there.
In from McAllister. Away as far as Robertson. Salah after it. Hall decides to leave it. Salah's ball over. Oh, and Gakpo's in there! And how did Núñez not turn it in? He was ready to wheel away in celebration, but he couldn't get the touch.
Well, he might be laughing on the goal line for missing that. He won't be laughing when he sees the replay back at home, because the ball from Mo Salah, Nick Pope is caught in no man's land. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to leave it, thinking it's going to go out for a goal kick. But what he doesn't understand is that Gakpo's put this ball back across. And I think Núñez has taken his eye off the ball, and he was actually scared of hitting the goalpost with his legs.
Beautiful ball from Guimaraes, releasing Isak. Joe Linton's gone with him, and Gordon as well. Once again, Gordon goes for goal. Shouts of hands against Andy Robertson. The game goes on while VAR clicks into gear, and that is checked and cleared. Tonali. Guimaraes waits for Isak to get back on side. Here he goes. Gordon maybe. Gordon goes for it and scores! It's a classic Premier League matchup, and it's living up to its billing. Both teams are playing their part, and Anthony Gordon steps forward for Newcastle.
Well, Newcastle switch of play from one side to the other. See, when Bruno gets the ball here, the touch from Isak, and what they do then, they create the 2v1 against Kwanzaa. And then it's all about Anthony Gordon. Are you able to finish? And what he does, he checks Ian Gomez, opens up the angle. And I was always told as a youngster, can you go low and hard against the goalkeeper, not give him that opportunity? Anthony Gordon, the side foot, and Kelleher just can't cover his angle enough. Newcastle United 2-1, game on.
Formerly of Everton, a man with Liverpool in his heart, but with Newcastle United very much on his mind. And boy, did he enjoy that one. McAllister forward. This is Gakpo. Liverpool have it all to do again. In from Robertson. Oh, and Pope with a brilliant stop. How on earth did he swat that away? He looked beaten all ends up. And they are readying the replacements, Liverpool, as they go in search with Robertson and Nunez trying to turn it home.
We just had another look at that save from Curtis Jones and Pope.
It's the end of the night for Joe Gomez, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to come on in his place. A gift for Joe Linton. Messy and scrappy. Can anyone step out of the chaos? Alexander-Arnold. Oh, it's Salah! It's Liverpool! Game after game, goal after goal, time after time, he is Liverpool's shining light.
Well, he's only been on the pitch for 30 seconds. Trent Alexander-Arnold, just keep an eye on him here. The pass goes into him, he misses the first one, and then he picks out Salah. And on his weaker right foot, he just turns this ball with the pace into the far corner. I mean, it's a superb finish, but I've got to credit Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's the big change. They've made a triple substitution, and that's what you get when you bring a man on of his ability to get the assist.
Guimaraes, beautifully done. Isak, Quance's challenge. Andy madly unmoved.
Just see that pass again here. Isak timing his run, the touch. Kwanza's coming across. They've stayed with the on-field decision.
Salah now. Plenty to look for in the middle, but he goes on his own! Mightily close.
How he's managed to wriggle his way through. The ball falls from here. Instinctively outside of the right foot this time, hitting the upright.
Robertson, Luis Diaz, McAllister, Jones, Alexander-Arnold, Salah on the spin! He has done it again! He always seems to do it for Liverpool, and they have found a way to lead on Tyneside with minutes to spare.
Well, they had an opportunity on the edge of the area from Salah. What they do, they work it so well here. Hall gets narrow in what they've got, the overload on the far side, and you'll see Trent Alexander-Arnold once again picking out Salah on the spin, one touch with his back to goal, and instinctively knows where the bottom corner is through Cher's legs. Like you say, he's given Liverpool a 3-2 lead here. This guy is irreplaceable. I still can't believe that nothing has been sorted out.
Nick Pope, Fabian Cher. They have to believe that in the final moments here they can make something happen. Those in black and white. As it stands, Liverpool, of course, in first place, 9 points clear of Chelsea. Arsenal and Manchester City tucked in behind.
It's very impressive reading if you're a Liverpool fan, seeing that graphic of the table this early on this season, considering you lost your manager in Klopp last season.
Chelsea currently winning, Arsenal currently being held. In from Guimaraes, Kelleher decides to leave it, and that was the wrong decision. Fabian Cher. There is another twist in the tail at St James's Park, and maybe Liverpool are not going to have it all their own way tonight.
And yet again, another massive moment in this game. And the defender Cher up for the free kick. Once we have a look at it again, the delivery and the timing of the run from Cher at the back post. I said in the first half there was a cross that Nick Pope left because he thought it was going to go for a goal kick. Kelleher does exactly the same here. He thinks that he's going to leave this ball out. He made a massive mistake. And Fabian Schär, I can't believe he's actually managed to get this back on target, on the byline and into the back of the net.
Salah, Szoboszlai, Alexander-Arnold, Salah again, McAllister, did it strike a hand? Andy Madley says corner.
Well, this one's definitely going to VAR, and I can't wait to see the replay, because the Liverpool players' reaction suggests to me that they think it's a blatant penalty. I think that Dan Burnett catches his near side arm, and that Andy Madley, the on-field decision's got it spot on. Because he did have his other hand raised, but it didn't catch that arm.
Darwin Núñez is after it, but Pope will collect. And that is full time. With Newcastle galloping on, the final whistle is blown. Yet another twist in a crazy night of football. A raucous end to a breathless 90 minutes. The table toppers are held. Liverpool frustrated on Tyneside in a typically thrilling contest between these two, who always produce the goods when they face off. Alexander Isak stepped forward in the first half to produce a golden moment for the hosts. Liverpool wobbled before the break, but came roaring back after it, mainly thanks to a ruthless display from Mo Salah, and the goals kept on flowing from both sides. There will be debate about various issues along the way, but it has been a captivating contest, which ends Newcastle United 3, Liverpool 3.
A dream away day that has turned into a nightmare. A place that has only seen success here this season. Anfield is feared, and Liverpool are showing no signs of stopping. Fulham are in town though. They haven't had much luck on the road. Marco Silva's men on the hunt for their first away win since the opening day of the season. And victories for Fulham over Liverpool have been few and far between in recent times. Their only win in 11 years came here at Anfield over 2 years ago. Well, let's get you to the team news then, starting with Liverpool, and Jurgen Klopp makes 3 changes since their 1-1 draw with Manchester City. The first change sees Kelleher make his first Premier League start since May to replace the injured Alisson. He has got the support of the same defence though. Joel Matip makes his 150th league appearance. Ryan Gravenberch replaces Curtis Jones in midfield. Dominic Szoboszlai isn't ever present in the starting 11 for Liverpool this season. He's also created the joint most chances, along with Mohamed Salah, who needs 1 goal to reach 200 for Liverpool. Luis Diaz is the third change in the Liverpool team. They are without their first choice goalkeeper Alisson, and there is no Diogo Jota, but Curtis Jones has dropped to the bench. For the visitors at Fulham, it's also 3 changes since their win over Wolves on Monday. Bernd Leno makes his 50th Premier League appearance for his team. There is a change in defence as Kenny Tete is fit again to start after recovering from his groin injury. Anthony Robinson has to be careful today. He will miss the next game. He is shown a yellow card. João Palhinha is available after he served a 1-match suspension against Wolves. But there is no Willian in the starting 11 despite scoring 2 goals on Monday. The former Liverpool player Harry Wilson replaces him. Raul Jimenez keeps his place as the striker. So Willian does make the bench, as does Timothy Castagne and Tom Kearney. Also, the start of this busy, festive period. Fulham get the ball rolling. And this has become a place to be feared for the visitors. And they certainly will have their sights set on an upset on Merseyside, Courtney.
Yeah, you've got to go into these games very focused and believing you can win every game. Obviously, nobody has done that so far this season, visiting teams at Anfield, but you've got to have that belief. And as you say, especially coming into this period around Christmas time, absolutely anything can happen, and Fulham need to take confidence from that win against Wolves as well.
Here is Salah, who's looking to play in Soboslai. He's got support arriving, but the flag is up against him already.
Yeah, saw that run. Initially did think it was offside. But it's the fast start, isn't it, from Liverpool? The fact it goes out wide, and the first thing Mo Salah thinks is, can we get that ball forward? And the late run from Szoboszlai, something that we're very used to seeing now.
It's Diaz, who tried to take it quickly on the edge of the area. Leno down to it quickly, but a first real opportunity for Liverpool.
This is where Liverpool amazed me in terms of how quickly it can go back to front. Takes teams on the back foot, and Diaz does exactly the right thing there. It's a really short back lead to swivel, and just tries to hit it early. Catch Leno out, but he's fully behind it.
Alexander-Arnold. Now McAllister. Gravenberg out across, looking for Szoboszlai. Well, it's spilled by Leno, and Salah finds the back of the net, but the flag is up, so the celebrations are cut short.
Very nearly the big milestone goal for Mohamed Salah, but the assistant ruins the party a little bit. I mentioned earlier, I love watching Szoboszlai, and here takes it on his back foot, turn, and then this forward thinking, first thing in his mind, get the shot off.
Well, Leno is still down getting treatment after that chance from Liverpool.
I think Diaz has got every right to go for that ball. Leno does well to be brave and try and collect it.
So Salah will have to wait just a little bit longer if he will get his milestone. He needs one more goal to reach his 200th goal for Liverpool. He also needs one more goal as well to reach 150 Premier League career goals. Now McAllister. Nunez leaves it for Szoboszlai and has Salah to his right and Nunez to his left, and it will be a free kick in a dangerous area as well for Liverpool.
Started this game absolutely brilliant, Szoboszlai. The pockets of space that he's picking up, he's always ready to face forward and drive.
Three options. Which will it be? It will be Alexander-Arnold! What a goal from Trent Alexander-Arnold. He placed it perfectly, and Liverpool have the lead.
What a free kick. I said before the free kick, make sure you get it on target, but wow, this is of the highest order. We know what an unbelievable delivery this man, Alexander-Arnold, has. But this is right out the top drawer. You'd probably think that Salah might be taking this. It potentially suits the left footer better. But Alexander-Arnold comes off the crossbar. Goals always look better when they come off the crossbar. Unbelievable. And Leno is at full stretch there, but nowhere near it. And this angle is going to be the best. Top right-hand corner. Absolutely no saving that.
Robinson. Here's Pereira. Iwobi. It's it through again, there's a touch and there's the goal. Harry Wilson has the response for Fulham. And they are level. Great team goal.
Yeah, out of absolutely nowhere though. It's by far Fulham's best attack of the game, and Liverpool are going to be so disappointed with this because they've been wholly dominant for this first 25 minutes. That man there, Jurgen Klopp, I'm sure he'll be furious, but let's not take anything away from Fulham. Do really well to win it down this left-hand side. It's about the composure. The ball comes into Pereira Iwobi does well with his run as well. But then it's about Wilson arriving at the right place at the right time. A little toe poke. It's a really good finish, but completely against the run of play, in my opinion.
Well, Fulham hadn't won in the last 19 Premier League games when they had conceded first, but this was exactly the reaction that Marco Silva would have wanted to see from his side, especially after the way that Liverpool went ahead. Here's a chance again. Tsimikas looking to get away from Bassi, who just holds him back, and there will be a free kick.
Certainly a foul, but I think Tsimikas is a bit lucky here. The touch is a bit poor, it gets away from him. I think Bassi just needs to be a little bit more clever there. You see this, it's a touch here, it gets away from him. Bassi, there's no need to do that.
So Tsimikas ready to take this free kick. And looking dangerous as well, and inches wide.
It's a good ball in, isn't it? Got all the pace on it. And then rises high. Matip, see what he's trying to do, just direct it back across the goal to that left-hand corner.
Diaz trying to weave his way through again, picked up here by McAllister! Another outstanding strike for Liverpool, this time by Alexis McAllister for his first of the season, and Liverpool are ahead.
What an unbelievable strike! Anfield is absolutely buzzing because they know they've seen an unbelievable goal. I said earlier that McAllister has been a little bit quiet, but wow, he pops up with that. Initially, when he's taking the strike on, I think, surely he's not going to try that, not from there, but how wrong was I? It's a wonderful strike, the technique on it is absolutely incredible. Cuts across it, arrows into the top right-hand corner. We've just seen something very, very special.
That is outstanding. Alexis McAllister. Wow. A special goal by a special player for Liverpool, who are back in front and in some style as well. Well, Anfield are being treated to a show in this first half.
It even got a big reaction from the manager there. That's how special it was.
Jimenez.
Jimenez did really well to win the corner there because there's no other options, and it's probably the difference at the moment between Liverpool and Fulham. When Fulham are getting forward, there's not too many bodies in the box. I know they don't want to throw too many forward and expose themselves, but to score, they've got to get more in the box.
More delivery in, looking for Jimenez. Tete got on the end of it! And Fulham are level again just before the break. But their celebrations cut short. The flag is up against Kenny Tete.
It does go up, but it goes up very, very late from the assistant. I think it's initially Jimenez that gets the flick on. And looking at this, the replay, I don't think Kenny Tete's offside. I think that's going to be a Fulham goal.
Well, Fulham may just be getting some good news, because the goal stands. Kenny Tete does have his goal, his first of the season. Pereira in the corner, it's a good header, and it's found its way through. Tim Ream got the touch, but the flag is up again.
Well, the assistant was a lot quicker with his flag that time, wasn't he? Another good ball in. It looks there, Tim Ream on the left-hand side of the 6-yard box. Looks to have taken his run a little bit earlier. It's Palhinha initially does so well, rises so high, but I think this one will be chalked off.
Matip. Here's Salah. Nunez. Salah! Great stop by Leno. Still alive, Tsimikas. This is Diaz. Now Nunez. To get away from Bassi.
Lovely piece of play, the little chip over by Nunez. I think he goes for goal, and you can't blame him in that position, but I do think it's that acute. He's got to lay that across to Diaz to tap in.
Well, what a first half that was at Anfield. Some spectacular goals on display, starting with Trent Alexander-Arnold, his free kick, finding the top corner. Alexis McAllister with a special goal for Liverpool. Harry Wilson found the equaliser, the first equaliser. Tete found the second equaliser. So much to play for in the second half, so much excitement to look forward to as well. We need to lie down. Half-time score, Liverpool 2, Fulham 2. So neither manager's making any change at the start of this second half, and the roar around Anfield rings loud. They have witnessed a brilliant first half performance. What can we expect, Courtney, in this second half?
Hopefully more of the same, more excitement. Obviously Jurgen Klopp and fans of a Liverpool persuasion will be hoping they concede no more goals, but I think if you look at Fulham, they've probably executed their game plan perfectly in terms of playing on the counter-attack, trying to nullify the threats of Liverpool, which as a whole they've probably done. It's two exceptional goals that have meant Fulham conceded, so it's about keeping as tight and in that shape as possible and hoping there's no more wonder goals for Fulham.
Here's Matip. Anfield making its voice heard at the start of this second half. Here's a chance now for Nunez. Bassi got across just in time.
Picks up a good position. Initially Nunez, not sure whether he saw Luis Diaz to his left. If he plays that first time across the box, and it's a tap in for Diaz, but to be fair, I think the angle is closed down really well in the end by Bassi.
Alexander-Arnold's delivery is met by Jimenez. Now Salah. Urged to shoot from distance, and Solskjaer did just that.
The way these long-range efforts have been flying in for Liverpool, you can't blame him for taking it on. It's a good opportunity, hits it well. Finds the wrong side of the post from his perspective.
Tete on the overlap, looking for Iwobi. Alexander-Arnold to take it away, and Solskjaer just got a touch into it. Now it's Salah, who has space ahead. He looks to his left, he looks to his right. Nunez off the bar. The woodwork denied. Liverpool a third.
I think the woodwork's still rattling. Hits this so well, almost too well. And look at it now. Nunez conducting the crowd. Mo Salah, by the way, does ever so well here. Running with the ball, he keeps it and keeps it until the perfect moment that his teammate Nunez is up with him. It's a good way to pass as well, and Salah does everything right. Nunez does nearly everything right, nearly. But the bar comes to the aid of Fulham in the end.
Salah. Great ball on Tsimikas. Through and finds Luis Diaz.
A couple of shots like that now, Luis Diaz, where he's got his back to goal, he's trying to turn and whip it in quickly. What a ball again, by the way, from Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool work it well into the box, but just can't quite put the finishing touch on it, Diaz.
Nunez. Solskjaer Looking over for Salah, who places it for Nunez! He was in the perfect place. He just couldn't find the perfect touch.
Just gets all caught up, does the Nunez. Szoboszlai does well, finds Mo Salah, and it's a cheeky little nod into the path of his teammate. And it's just the connection so poor, I don't know whether he takes his eye off it.
Well, some more changes then for Fulham. Bobby Decordova-Reid and Timothy Castagna, the two who will be coming on. It is Alex Iwobi who makes way, and Kenny Tete is the other who makes way, who scored that second equalising goal for Fulham.
Could be a very important goal as it stands. It wasn't the most spectacular one we've seen today, but they all count the same. Kenny Tete, right place, right time, and manages to poke home.
Kenny. Decordova-Reid to his right. And the cross found its way over to Willian. Now Kenny. Decordova-Reid! Fulham ahead for the first time in this match. And Bobby Decordova-Reid on as a substitute and made the difference.
Well, as this game went on, I said Fulham were gaining more confidence and it was starting to suit them more. I think the pace had gone out of Liverpool's play, a lack of urgency, which meant the counter-attack was always on, and we see it in full flow here. Decordova-Reid initially, I thought this ball was quite poor, but Willian picks it up. Decordova-Reid lurking at the back stick. Out jumps Tsimikas. It's a good little chipped ball in as well to find him. I think it's Kearney, isn't it? Does it really well. And this is just about the determination by Decordova-Reid to win the ball. And somehow, it's 3-2 to Fulham.
Well, we didn't think it was going to stay 2-2, and it's Fulham who have found the goal to put them ahead. And look at that reaction from their manager, Marco Silva. Well, another change for Liverpool. And Taro Endo is on in place of Ryan Gravenberg. Here's Gakpo. Out to Gomez. Tsimikas keeps it alive. Waiting to pounce was Alexander-Arnold again, and now Endo. Listen to the roar.
Could have gone absolutely anywhere, couldn't it, that shot? Leno was already diving to his right. Luckily for him, it rolls past the post and not in the back of the net.
Alexander-Arnold's delivery again. The header's there, pushed away. And Salah was waiting and was ready, but couldn't find the target.
Well, that was a big moment. It wasn't the moment. I think there's enough time still for Liverpool to create another chance, but fantastic out-swinging ball. Initially, Diaz gets to it, parried out to Mo Salah. You're just expecting him to slot it in the back of the net.
Still on the hunt, here's Salah. And forward, Endo's waiting for it. Wataru Endo with another spectacular strike, and now Liverpool are level. Well, this game is the gift. Listen to this Anfield crowd.
Well, Liverpool, they're not scoring tap-ins today. I said earlier they'll get another chance. Look at this. It's cool, it's controlled, it's stroked into the back of the net. but no. Endo just strokes it into that top right-hand corner. But what else has this game got left?
We are on for a grand stand finish. It's hard to even hear ourselves speak, Courtney, because the crowd here inside Anfield are riled up now.
Yeah, and they're not happy with the equaliser. They'll want the win, these fans inside Anfield, and they feel like they're going to get it.
Taken over by Gakpo. Gakpo shoots! Nunez keeps it alive. The strike is there, and it's Alexander-Arnold who gets it for Liverpool! What a moment for Trent Alexander-Arnold and for Liverpool, so close to the end. Liverpool are ahead again.
The noise inside Anfield right now is incredible. I'll tell you this, when this place is at full tilt, there is not a better place in world football. It's unbelievable. Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of their own, has put them in front here. And just listen to that incredible noise. Gakpo initially does ever so well, unleashes a strike that looks like he's just going to nestle in the bottom right-hand corner. Initially, the ball won't sit down. It's probably not the best touch from Alexander-Arnold. It almost goes behind him a little bit. But then he's got the composure to settle himself down, the technique to get his knee over the ball and find that bottom left-hand corner through the bodies. And then look at the celebration, what it means to the Scouser in the team.
Wow, wow, wow. Liverpool take all 3 points in what has been one of the spectacular games in the Premier League. The two managers embrace the full-time score at Anfield. Liverpool 4, Fulham 3.
McAllister, lovely ball, Gakpo, still Gakpo, goal! Brilliant as well, as ever, from Cody Gakpo, picked out by McAllister, and once again he finds that top corner with a little touch of panache and a big touch of class.
It's gone wild at Anfield, what a finish!
It's another Mohamed Salah moment for Liverpool, and he responds as he always does and completes the turnaround for Liverpool. They trailed shortly after half-time, they now lead. That's a lovely ball. Now then, this is Nunez. Jota waits in the middle, 1-0. Well, Liverpool make it look so easy, don't they, when they sweep downfield, whoever the players involved are, but there was a real touch of Liverpool class about that. Diogo Jota on the score sheet.
For me, if I was watching Liverpool over the last 8-10 years, that's a Liverpool goal there. Transition, play quickly, speed at the top end of the pitch. Darwin Núñez has the composure to slot it across the goal to Jota, but brilliant play from Liverpool, playing with real intensity there. Good ball from Szoboszlai, but you know, that was a good transition and counter-attacking play from Liverpool.
It's just a Liverpool goal all over it. It's going to come to Ngamoa. He might not need the support that was arriving from Tsimikas. A good block in the end. Szoboszlai, Alexander-Arnold. Oh, well, that's special. Very special from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Krellin just looked defeated as soon as it came off that exquisite right boot of Trent Alexander-Arnold.
The only thing I can say, John, is you don't face that every week in League Two. That is a special hit from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we know he's capable of it. Again, that's what I said about Liverpool. They're moving it wide, getting the Trent into positions where he can hurt your team. Ngamoa, brilliant, goes on the outside, goes on the inside, has a shot. comes to the edge of the box, Morton recycles the ball, Szoboszlai plays it to Trent, and this is where you want Trent, in that half space, and wonderful technique.
Well, this angle's the best.
He's actually laced it into the top corner.
That probably beats any goalkeeper.
Yeah, brilliant. I think everybody's desperate for Chiesa to get a goal for what he is, but brilliant, great. You know, didn't admire his pass, waited pass into Chiesa, followed it up, and a brilliant striker's finish from Dans.
Jayden Dans is just a kid who loves scoring goals and has a really good habit of it. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. But he wins it in the middle of the park and then drives and doesn't admire his pass. Waiting there, comes out, and it's a brilliant finish to wrap the game up for Liverpool. But that'll do his confidence a world of good.
That's Chiesa, and there's his moment. It's with his right foot as well, but my oh my, it's a lovely strike from the Italian, and that caps the day because Federico Chiesa has his first Liverpool goal, and it's one that everyone's been waiting for, but none more so than him.
Oh, absolutely. To get your first goal for Liverpool, a new club, been a frustrating 4 or 5 months from the start of the season, but it's a lovely strike right in the corner, off the post, and you know he's had 3 or 4 efforts this second half, and let's say hopefully now that's him in a good frame of mind, ready to really kick on for the back end of the season now.
His first delivery is right underneath. Oh, would you believe it? Tsimikas to Jota, and Liverpool have scored. An incredible substitution from Arne Slot. The two players who come on combine immediately, both with their first touch. It's one apiece at the City Ground. That's just incredible.
Harvey Elliott, it's a good ball at Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's in! Darwin Núñez again at Brentford. His manager said they've not got the best out of him yet. This season, that is the life of a striker. Could it be the goal that reignites this title challenge again? Brentford are devastated. Liverpool are ruthless.
He kept knocking and knocking and knocking. Darwin with his shirt off, the smile as wide as the Mersey River.
5th goal of the season, but how important could number 5 be in the fairy tale that we're all dreaming could become a reality at the end of the season, and Liverpool want another. Chiesa finds Harvey Elliott. Curtis Jones wants the return, opened up for Núñez again here! Darwin Núñez wraps up 3 points for Liverpool and Brentford. Fortune favours the brave. Liverpool have dug so deep here, and this 3 points will feel massive, monumental for them in the capital.
Super strength by Jonathan David. Tsimikas, that's a pick your pocket ball. And on it goes for Salah, who's broken the offside trap and scores brilliantly. From defence to attack in the blink of an eye. It's 50 European goals for Mohamed Salah in the colours of Liverpool football.